Again, this view recorded on the left
bulkhead. The object in question, I think, is going to come in view, and it appears to us that it's already there. It was just hidden by the IUS. As it was indicated to us, there was no rates on it. It's just sort of floating behind the IUS. Looks like it was already there before the deployment. And I'll try to call you out when I see it, if I can make it out on this monitor.
别拍了，别拍了，这个车里太暗了。
你车上你拍东西呢？
快挡住！
你看这跟青山绿水的，光线多好。
哪好啊？这么重的膜。
哎，我操！哎，
怎么了？
你们看，那是什么东西啊？那个，哎，那个，
我操，
黑的那个，
飞机吧？
不是飞机哪儿没有黑色
这是飞碟吧？这绝对不是飞机。
慢点，等靠边上再说的。
马上靠，等一下，我在主路上呢。
赶紧的！
哎呀，别催了，马上的。
哎呦我天，这什么东西啊？哎呀妈呀！
快！停车！
马上了，能靠了。
快停车！
到了！马上到！
我这什么东西啊？这是？
哎呀，赶紧的！
快停车！来，快下车！
别那么着急，他跑不了。在哪儿呢？哦，我看见了。
来，什么东西啊？
这什么呀？哎呦天哪！哎，那门开了。
哎，
人下来了，有人下来了。哎，你低点，被发现了。
快些！
哎，天哪，真的下来了！这什么呀？他下来干嘛呢？
他好像看见咱们了。好像看见咱们了。
Oh my god! Shoot!
Get out of the house!
Oh my god, what the fuck was that? Kenny!
From the south, he's coming toward us now. Well, we're observing what appears to be a beam coming down to the ground. This is unreal.
I tried to stop myself from looking at it. I had no control over my body. It engulfed me.
It was known to me at that time that the Ministry of Defence were monitoring what was occurring in the fields in this area.
A small number of these UFO sightings may well relate to extraterrestrial activity.
Extraterrestrial activity, out-of-body experiences, government cover-ups. The perfect mixture for a conspiracy theory. The world first got hysterical about UFOs after the events of the 24th of June 1947. On a routine flight over Washington state, pilot Kenneth Arnold encountered 9 saucer-shaped objects which appeared out of the clouds and flew directly towards him. As reported in local newspapers, Arnold described how these flying saucers zigzagged in and out of formation before flying off at an incredible speed. Although Arnold couldn't identify what he saw, the encounter confirmed that there are things in the sky which cannot be explained.
People have been seeing UFOs as far back as recorded time. Look at the Middle Ages, for instance. People were seeing things in the sky that they couldn't explain then, but they didn't see them as flying saucers or spaceships. In the 14th and 15th centuries, they interpreted them as flaming swords and shields because they didn't have a spaceship frame of reference to go into.
Until 1947, people's sightings of mysterious flying objects were explained as airships, experimental planes and weather balloons. But Kenneth Arnold's saucers changed everything. Since the Second World War, the Ministry of Defence has repeatedly denied the existence of UFOs. However, Britain's very own Agent Mulder has spoken out and claims to have found the truth, or as close as he can get to it.
When I joined the MOD and looked into the old UFO files, it became readily apparent that each year, for many, many years, there had been several hundred UFO sightings reported to the ministry. I have no doubt, personally, based on my official research and investigation at the ministry, that a small number of these UFO sightings may well relate to extraterrestrial activity. And I don't say that lightly. I say it on the basis of there being craft in our airspace capable of speeds and manoeuvres way beyond anything that we've got in our inventory.
Nick Pope believes an incident that happened 20 years ago may well be the closest Britain has got to an alien encounter. The event is known as the Rendlesham Forest Incident. Although the pictures are reconstructed, the voices are real. In the early hours of Boxing Day 1980, a strange light was seen over Rendlesham Forest in Suffolk. Staff at nearby NATO airbase RAF Bentwaters tracked the UFO as it crashed into the trees. A patrol of American servicemen was sent to investigate.
The guard patrol encountered a landed metallic craft. There were indentations on the forest floor. They ran a Geiger counter around these indentations. They found the levels of radiation were 10 times what they should have been for the area concerned.
Only the military knew about the incident. The public knew nothing until 1983, when a former airbase security guard, who'd been on that eventful patrol, spoke to BBC News.
This thing came down, the red light over it, and sat there maybe 2 seconds. It was just a ball of light in the air, maybe 20 feet off the ground, 30 feet, and it dispersed in a multitude of colors. And they all seemed to fall on top of this thing. And before our eyes, it's almost indescribable, but there was a craft, an alien spacecraft.
Some people saw lights in the sky. Some people saw something very much more involved than that, a landed craft. Now, I have no doubt that this is an absolutely extraordinary case, and really, so far as the evidence in Britain is concerned, poses the strongest case yet for there being an extraterrestrial explanation for the UFO phenomenon.
However, the Ministry of Defence takes a different line. It states the incident posed no significant threat and was therefore not worth investigating. But this still doesn't tell us what actually happened. Theories range from NATO maneuvers to Martian intruders. UFO researcher Jenny Randalls has spent 20 years investigating the case. She believes she has uncovered the truth about that night.
The Rendlesham Forest case is undoubtedly the most complex UFO investigation that I have ever been involved in. It's the most notorious and talked about incident in Britain. After World War II, a lot of covert radar-based experiments were set up here. During the 1970s, we know that there was some sort of an attempted experiment to perfect a super powerful radar system which sends very powerful beams of energy right out into space and bounces them back off the ionosphere. Unfortunately, what was discovered as a side effect of that kind of research was that these beams caused odd things to happen in the atmosphere. They caused the atmosphere to glow because they created plasma effects in and around them. They created all kinds of severe physiological effects on people who got too close to them. The odds are pretty high that one of these experiments was underway at the time when this particular incident occurred, and these people just happened to get